Hey, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorina. I want to welcome all our first time viewers and those that will be watching the replay. Welcome. We are from Women of Wisdom. We are a nonprofit organization here to empower teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. We are here for you to bridge that generational gap between the younger and the older generation because we need one another. All right? All right. So I want to share with you. I am trying a new tea tonight. Okay, so the tea that I'm trying tonight is called Honey Vanilla Chamomile. This is it from Celestial Teas, and so I thought to myself, well, let's just try it and see. And since it already has honey in it, we gonna try out the bear flavor, okay? So I've been seeping my tea, which I've told you before. All you do is put a cap over and let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes, and you just get a better, robust flavor out of that tea bag. And if you want a second cup, usually that tea bag is good for a second cup when you steep it. So there you go. Okay, so let's try this out. And I have another one of my favorite cups with all the butterflies on it. Isn't that pretty? Let me see. Let me try to get it in here where you can see all the butterflies on there. Yeah, I like that. So tea time. Ooh, this is hot. I think that I would prefer adding some honey to this one. You can kind of taste the vanilla in it a little bit, but I don't taste enough honey. Mm. But if you like chamomile, you'll like it. Has a little vanilla flavor to it. Add a little honey to give it a sweeter taste. Yeah. So hey, we've been talking about personal values, and we're going to continue tonight talking about our personal core values and how they are so important that we know what they are and that we live by them. And so, oh, you know what? I wanted to give you a tip because I was thinking about this. It's always kind of nice to get a tip every once in a while. When it comes to like wearing lipstick, if you go with the trend, which I don't always go with the trend, but if you like going with the trend, they say you wear a lighter lipstick lipstick shade during the day, and in the evening you wear a darker colored shade on your lips. So there you go. That's what they say. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I just kind of, go with the flow and have my own trend, all right? And you can do the same thing because it's okay. All right. So let me see. Let's put this up here. It's important that we are able to articulate our values and make clear, responsible, and consistent decisions. Okay, that's very important. Oh, let's see what Tanya. Oh, good evening. I have you got black cherry berry tea. Oh, I bet that is good. Oh my goodness. I love cherries and black cherry berry tea. Ooh, that sounds good all by itself. Wow. Thanks for joining us tonight, Tanya. So we're just gonna get right into some things that I wanted to share with you about personal values, and I'm giving you a little hint for next uh, Tuesday tea time. We are going to talk about what did I let's see what I put up. Oh, solving problems. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about on our next Tuesday tea time because we all have problems, but we all don't know how to solve our problems correctly. And if you are a good problem solver or you have perfected that skill, you could always grow in wisdom and learn something. Okay. So we're going to talk about that next week. So anyway, our core values should be stable, long lasting beliefs that are very important to us, okay? Because really, our core values are based off of what we believe, what we were taught when we were little. Those things should carry over into our adulthood if we were taught correctly. Now, some of us may not have been taught, and it's never too late to learn. So you can learn tonight, how to have the right core, personal core values so that you can have a more successful life because our core values, they affect our attitude, they affect our behavior, and they definitely affect our decisions. So we want to make sure that we are stable and in what we believe. But first of all, we want to make sure we are solid in knowing what to believe. Okay. So I gave you some core values prior uh, to the last tea time. And I told you before that the top one that is really important is integrity. Integrity is the top core value. And then we talked about um, what was the second one? I can't remember the second one. Oh, diligence, diligence, because those two right there will take you far in life. Okay. So let's look at this. What I put up here, our uncertainties about our values can potentially cause us to depreciate ourselves. Our beliefs and values are interconnected with our attitude, behavior, and decisions. So know and value your values. Know and value your values. That is so important. When you don't know your values, you can potentially be influenced by others that they don't know their value. And that will put you in a bad situation. Okay. So if you know what you believe and you're stable in what you believe and long lasting, you know, do not move or be moved based off of what everybody else believes. What's important to you? Know what's important to you and stick with that and be not moved. All right? Because that's important. Okay, I found this quote and I thought, oh, Oh, this is a good quote. I have to share this quote with you. Check this out. Effectiveness without value is a tool without a purpose. Isn't that powerful? Come on now. If you don't know your values, how are you going to be effective in anything? How are you going to make good decisions? How are you going to know that you're headed down the right path if you don't even know what you believe in? You don't have no values, you don't have any side rails. You know what I'm saying? It always comes the side rail thing comes to me. If you ever took your child bowling before, and you want to encourage them and just help them have confidence in their bowling. They usually have like the side rails, and they throw the ball down, and instead of it going into a gutter, it hits the side rails, and they're bound to knock down something. Okay, so that's encouraging. You can encourage yourself. Find out, what you believe, like integrity. And like I said, with integrity, there's honesty, and you can't have one without the other. There are other principles and standards that you can live by, but you need to decide, what is the most important ones to you. What are your about your core values? That core means that most inner part of your being. What do you believe, and are you living by what you believe? And when you are not living by what you believe, you have opened the door to a lot of negative feelings and emotions that shouldn't have a place in your life, like depression. Usually when we fall out of alignment with what we believe, these things affect us emotionally and psychologically, when we are not keeping to what our core values are. Because really, if you think about it, the core, think about this, okay? If you're a person that exercise, you know that the core part of your body is what really helps hold everything together. And that's really the reason why is fatal when the middle of our body is wider than what it should be. Let me just put it like that. Because our core part of our body helps every area of our body. And so the core part of who you are is your values. And when you sway away from those, then you are violating your own conscience. And when you do that, you start feeling bad about, and you can unconsciously, that can unconsciously happen to you, and you won't realize it right away. You'll just think to yourself, what is wrong, what something's wrong. And sometimes our bodies, the way our bodies feel, can indicate to us that something is wrong, because our body warns us a lot of times when something is not right. And so I'm telling you, the way that we have been created is amazing. And so science cannot even you know give us all the knowledge that we need to know about ourselves, okay? Because there are billions of people on this earth, And yet all of us are different in some kind of way, just like the thumbprint, everybody's thumbprint is different. Well, the way that you think, everybody thinks different. And you would think, a lot of people, you think, oh, they act, just like so and so. Well, there's a slight difference. You may not be able to see it, but there is a slight difference, because there is a difference in the way we all live our lives, even our values that we have. If you take maybe your top three values, and you could match them up with someone else that has the same top three values that you have, and there would be only a percentage, there's a different percentage from each value that all of you have that makes you different. So it's your core values make up who you are, and when you don't live by those, that's the reason why you're probably feeling miserable or not too uh, happy with yourself, because you're violating your own values and your own conscience. You're not living the way you know that you should. And if that's the case, give yourself a little grace, okay? Because we all mess up. We all we all traveling down this journey. We're all learning. We all do not have a daily manual that tells us how to do life individually. So don't beat yourself up. Just find out what you believe and get back on course and start walking accordingly. All right, wasn't that good? Oh, let's take a tea break. You know what? Uh, encourage yourself. Tea time. Let's look at another quote that I have that I thought was really good too. And this one is by Roy Disney. He said, it's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. Wow. So, what does that say? That right there helps us to know what we need to do so that we can start making our decisions are not that hard to make when we know what we value. Okay. Okay. So, what we believe and value are connected to our attitude, our behavior, and our decisions. And that's why it's so important that you know and that I know what I believe. I was looking at some of this stuff and I thought, oh my goodness, this is so uh, powerful, how a lot of these things are interconnected. And so you look at your beliefs. Okay, your beliefs are what you know to be true. Okay, your values, what's important to you, like your peace. Is peace important to you? Happiness important to you? Is family important to you? Is career success important to you? Is wealth important to you? Your attitude, how you treat others and approach situations. All these things are interconnected with your values, and then your behavior, how you act, how you conduct yourself is all based off of your personal core values. And it starts with, right where you live, right in your home. That's a great place to practice your core values. And how strong would that make you, growing and knowing how to treat the people that are closest to you and treating them right, and the way that you want to be treated. That what is that golden rule, that treat people the way you want to be treated. some people, pervert that and they say, well, if they're acting like this is the way they want to be treated. But is that is a perverted way of looking at that. And now what you did was you shift the responsibility of your own actions on someone else, because you're gonna treat them the way that they're acting. No, treat them the way that you want to be treated. Whether they act right or not is not the most important thing. Is are you or am I following my personal core values? And that's so important. I'm you know, I, I was thinking about this one time. I'm the type of person I like helping people a lot and stuff. And so I had kind of got into this little rut somewhat because, I have been helping and helping and helping. And, you know, and in return, I wasn't getting the help that I was giving out. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop doing that. And it just came to me, why would I stop being who I am because somebody's not being what I want them to be? Who was that not powerful? Wow, that was for somebody. You keep your values and you keep who you are and not allow the way other people act or respond change your personal core values and what you believe is the correct way for you to act. Because I've said that before, it's better for you to act than to react. That was good too. Okay, so I always like to give you something that's going to help you, uh, practical applications in life. Okay, have a code of conduct. Have a code of conduct. Have certain uh, conducts that you have that you will not violate, even if other people violate yours. Okay, that's important. Oh, let's see what Tanya said. That was for me. I just said that, but I knew I couldn't do it because this is who I am. I'm a helper, and this is the way that God made me. Girl, go with it. stick with stick with who you are, because that's important. Because when you start violating your own conscience and violating your own values, then we open the door to start feeling bad about ourselves. And when you do that, you can guarantee that there'll be other people that be happy to make you feel bad, because that's just the world we live in. Okay. So be stable, long lasting in your values. That's good, Tanya. Thank you for sharing that. The second thing, draw the line in the sand. Have some standards and some boundaries. Draw the line and say, you know what? I'm not crossing this line. Even if others cross the line, I'm not crossing the line. And if other people cross my line, then, we need to correct that situation, let them know that they crossed our boundaries and that is unacceptable. And if you have people that's in your life that really don't have to be in your life, and they keep crossing your boundaries, it's time to get rid of them. Okay. So that's just, you know, take care of you. All right. That was for somebody too. Intentionally live by your values without letting others influence you to lower them. Oh, yeah. Okay. Don't let other people lower your values because they don't value their values. Okay. our beliefs is our cultural, our culture, our is affected by our culture, our faith, our education, and our experiences. Okay. So gather those things up and discover who you are by finding out what is your personal core values and live by them so that you uh, are not being depressed and feeling out of place or out of sync, or usually it's because you're not in line with what you truly believe. So live by what you truly believe, which is your core values. Okay, so while we're at it, I want to touch real quick. A lot of companies, always talk about core values, and really, even to live out your core values, or your company's core values, you have your own core values which will help you when it comes to company core values. And that's uh, the reason why people have trouble following their job core values, because they don't have any themselves, and they can't see the importance of having them, but they're very important. I want to share with you real quick my our values that we have with women of wisdom. One of our values is excellence, and we are dedicated to meeting the highest personal and professional standards in all of our endeavors. That's one of our core values in Women of Wisdom as a nonprofit. Okay, another one is collaboration. We strive to listen, learn, and evolve together. We collaborate with other professionals and organizations to empower with wisdom. Okay. Our diversity in culture among teen girls and women, we believe that that is beautiful and powerful, and we appreciate and honor our differences. So when we talk about diversity, it's not like what everybody else is saying. We, all of us, we come from different backgrounds and different cultures. We have, black women, we have white women, we have Latinos or Hispanics, we have Native American, Cuban on our board. And, we want to increase the diversity that we have of women and teen girls to be a part of Women of Wisdom, because we all bring some value and differences that we can learn from one another, from our different cultures and backgrounds. And so that's what our diversity is all about. Okay, empowerment. We're we strengthen, develop, and build confidence. We're committed to empower individuals and expand their capabilities. Because wisdom by itself will cause you to prosper in life, and it'll cause you to become more aware of who you are and the strength that you have, and the dreams and possibilities, your potential, knowing your highest potential and living it out. That's good. Okay, responsibility. It is imperative that we accept responsibilities for decisions, actions, and behavior. This will allow us to correct situations and walk in wisdom. Okay. I'm just sharing with you our uh, values, our core values with Women of Wisdom. The last one is community. We're dedicated to fostering trust and respect. We are committed to making a difference and transforming our community. So these are core values that we have with Women of Wisdom. And there's a lot of companies that have core values that their company standards that they follow. And we want to have personal core values that we live by and that we follow. And, it will cause you to be successful in life when like I always say, knowledge is power. We've all heard that. Applied knowledge is powerful. And that's what we're talking about, practical application, practical wisdom, and trying new things to build our confidence. There's dreams that you have in your heart, and why let them die and live a life of wondering, what if I coulda, shoulda, woulda did this? When you know, with some confidence and practical wisdom, you can accomplish your dream. Okay. So I want to encourage you again to know your values, live by your values, and and being professional and having respect for yourself. That's what personal core values will bring to your life. We're talking about integrity, we're talking about diligence. What are some more core values that you can have to live by? Honesty. Um, let's see, what are some more core values? I just want to give you an example so that you understand that these are values, because sometimes we don't even, I don't know, we don't even really think about that. But respect, courage is a value. What's important to you? Dependability, generosity, gratitude. Somebody was talking about that. I saw that. Your well-being, all of these things are core values. And you just need to find out what's important to you and live by them. And sometimes you just got to go back into the things that you were taught by your parents. Sit down, write them down, at least 3 to 5 of them, and strive to live by your core values and not allow other people to downplay what you believe and downplay your core values. Okay? Have respect for your own core values. Value your values. Okay. All right. So this is what we have for Tuesday Tea Time with Dorina. I've told you next week we're gonna talk about. Let me look at it again. I put it somewhere. Hold on. Let me see. Oh yeah, problem solving. That's it. Solving problems. That's what we're gonna talk about next week. All right. So until then, I love you, and remember to always walk in wisdom. All right. Have a blessed night. Thanks for joining.